So I've been playing this so much, I might as well share some stories. Yeah, it turns out that hardcore FPS fan plays other types of games too. Incredible, right? Like some sort of African albino. But unlike African albino, my friends and in fact my town doesn't try to kill me, just so they can take my schlong and make a good luck necklace out of it. Nonetheless, nowadays shooter community usually is considered to be the most rude and rage-filled. But just after 10 matches in Dota, I came to question this statement. So here is my story. There was this one match which I started by picking my favorite character, Lena. Mind you that at the time I handled Dota like I would handle Bengal Tiger on speed. Still, match just begun and in my team there were a couple of Russian guys, a mute and a non-English speaker who apparently learned English only 2 days ago. So, your typical European setup. Still, somehow we managed to position ourselves on the lanes, and it wasn't long before my ass was desolated by that fucking fat fuck Pudge. Honestly, it just seems that most of you fucks play this character 24/7. Just as well rename your Dota into Pudge Sim while you're at it. Anyways, after that unpleasant ass piercing, both Russian guys immediately wrote GG in global chat and started raging at me, and brought out the trump card called reported. And speaking of which, it seems to me that some of you think that this reporting function is made to be as a ban tool for players. So, if somebody steals a single creep, report him. If somebody gets killed just once, report him. If somebody breeds, report him. This got to be the most retarded notion I've seen in all my gaming career. So anyways, off to flying start, aren't we? I thought. Honestly, it didn't make any sense to me. So I'm new. Sure, they didn't know that, but just like Nazis in World War II, they might have overestimated a couple of things. Ha, associating post-communists with Nazis. Now that's a new one. Anyhow, they kept raging at me, although I got all the support items. Courier, wards, condoms, and cure for AIDS. Yet they still kept repeating the words retard and fuck, as if those were the only ones they learned in Russian schools. Yes, at that point my score was 193, but the rest of the guys had the same count of deaths as me. So what does it matter? I'm a support, so that means I can be used as a meat shield. Nevertheless, we won the match. At that point I thought that they must have been some sort of hardcore players if they raged so much. But no! Just after playing 20 more matches, it turned out that in Dota, if a guy is speaking Russian or similar language, he's more likely to be like these guys. Honestly, I know most people aren't fond of Russians, but now I see why. At least in context of Dota. Oh, damn, I sound so racist. Well, might as well put on my white robe as well. Still, I have had good games with all nationalities, yet Russians simply stand so much out of this community, I cannot ignore it. It's like trying to ignore a huge turd with a firework stuck in it sitting on my dinner plate, just waiting for me to do one wrong move, giving it a reason to paint my face brown. And you know, it's actually sad when someone says that Dota is like roulette. It stops being fun as soon as Russians get involved. Because sadly, in most cases, it's true. I guess the moral of the story is that if you decided to play Dota, mute everyone. Or perhaps don't become one of those rage guys by taking deep breaths or wanking off. Whatever works for you. I mean, this game is still fun as hell if you just let it be. Besides, we already have Russians for raging anyway.